Alrighty, folks, got some pretty good news for you. We're now 4-0 in our last four $1.99 daily best plays on my website. And the good news is I have another $1.99 daily best play going off here today. And yep, you guessed it. It's only going to cost you just $1.99 for 30 days of access. The math works out to be just 6 cents a day. Now, you may be wondering what the difference is between what I do here on YouTube and what I do on my website. Well, what I do here on YouTube is I'll handicap the entire slate of games in any given sport, side and total. And what I do on my website is I actually share with you which one of these plays on these videos that are being featured as my premium selections. Now, I did cash in on the Dodgers and the Phillies yesterday on my website as well. Congrats to Michael Lorenzen on the no-hitter for the Phillies. Excellent, excellent. Now, if you want to access every single personal premium play of mine, the only way you can do that is to be a chairman member on that site. Chairman members get access to every single personal play of mine, every single package, every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, you also get access to my Chairman podcast absolutely free. It's included with your purchase. It's a full access, all-inclusive membership. Now, I currently have over 540 members who are signed up and active on my website right now. And with that, folks, we're going to jump into some free content. We're going to take a look at the Braves at the Pirates, 12:35 East. Atlanta's minus 205, totals 10 runs. Bryce Elder for Atlanta, Bailey Falter for Pittsburgh. Now, Falter comes into today's contest with an ERA close to 5 for the entire year. Meanwhile, as a team, the Buccos lost 5 out of their last 8, and they are having all kinds of problems at the plate. They're actually a bottom 3 hit-producing lineup right now in the National League. And, of course, they got to face Bryce Elder here today, who I've been very impressed with this guy. He's thrown quite well. I tell you, in the offseason, if you told me I'd be talking about Bryce Elder almost every time he starts, I'd probably just be like, that's improbable. But anyway, Elder, very impressive year, 8-3 through 126 innings of work. And of course, Elder's backed by one of the best hitting lineups in the league. The Braves are a top 3 run-producing lineup. Matt Olson's got a league best 100 RBI on the year. National League leader in home runs as well. Meanwhile, Ronald Acuna is the league leader in stolen bases. He's also in the top 3 in OPS. Now, 5 out of Atlanta's last 6 road games did get over the total. Meanwhile, Pittsburgh went 7-3 to the over in their last 10. Give me Atlanta minus 1.5 over 10. Next ball game, Astros, Orioles, 12:35 East. Now, both teams are minus $1.10, pretty much a coin flip in this one. Totals 9.5. Dean Kramer for Baltimore, Hunter Brown for Houston. Now, both starters have had some shaky outings this year despite their records. Both hurlers come into today's contest with an ERA in the 4s. Now, the Astros also saw 4 out of their last 6 road games get over the total. Now, Baltimore, on the other side, they went 5-1 to the over in their last 6 at Camden Yards. So if you want to see whether I'm taking the Orioles at home or if I like Houston on the road, this game's being featured as my board member tier package play on my website. But as far as making a free pick is concerned, give me the over 9.5. Next matchup, Twins-Tigers, 1:10 p.m. East. Minnesota's minus $1.45, totals 8.5. Kenta Maeda for Minnesota, Reese Olson for Detroit. Now, both pitchers have had some really lackluster seasons. Olson's just 1-5 with an ERA in the 4s. Meanwhile, Minnesota's Kenta Maeda, he's just 3-6 with an ERA in the 4s as well. And of course, both lineups have had their issues at the dish. So, if you want to see whether I'm making a play on the money line, run line, or total in this one, this game's being featured as my chairman play on my website. And as I already indicated earlier, my chairman package is a full access, all-inclusive membership. So with that said, no free pick for that game. Next matchup, Blue Jays, Guardians, 110 Eastern first pitch. Toronto's minus a $1.30, totals 9.5. Alek Manoah for Toronto, Noah Syndergaard for Cleveland. And as bad as Manoah's been this season, Noah Syndergaard's been equally as crappy. Syndergaard's just 1-4 with an ERA in the 7s with Cleveland. And when it comes to offensive production, the Guardians, well, they just can't score at Progressive Field. They're averaging under 3.7 runs a game in front of their own crowd. And despite a really bad start to the year, Alek Manoah's had a handful of good showings recently. The Blue Jays got the W in 4 out of their last 5 Manoah starts. When it comes to offensive production, the Jays scored 30 total runs during that time frame. Vlad Guerrero is the club leader in RBI. George Springer has the most runs scored. Of course, Bichette and Kiermaier are still out for Toronto. Naylor, Freeman, and Fry are out for Cleveland. 5 out of the Guardians' last 6 at Progressive Field fell under the total. They're also 8-2 to the under in their last 10 at any location. Now, Toronto saw 8 out of their last 10 outings stay under the line. Give me Toronto minus a $1.30, under 9.5. Next matchup, it is going to be Cards Rays, 6:40 p.m. East. Tampa Bay's $1.75 at the Trop, totals 9. Zach Littell for Tampa Bay, Matthew Liberatore for St. Louis. Now, Liberatore is just 1-4 on the year, with an ERA just about in the 7s. These St. Louis pitchers are actually in the bottom 3 in the National League in hits allowed on the road. They're facing a Rays club who got the W in 6 out of their last 9. They've hit the baseball quite well this year. They're actually a top 5 run-producing lineup in the American League. Yandy Diaz, he's hitting .318 with an OPS in the 900s. Meanwhile, Wander Franco's got 29 stolen bases, and he is the club leader in hits. And if you want to talk about valuable, Franco's currently got a wins above replacement average of 5.2. And out of a short body of work this year, righty Zach Littell's got an ERA in the 3s, and he's averaging just about a strikeout an inning. Now, 4 out of Liberatore's last 7 starts did get over the number. Give me Tampa Bay minus 175. Over 9. I don't know what that was. Anyway, next matchup, Nats, Phillies, 6:40 p.m. East. Philadelphia's minus 250, totals 9. Aaron Nola for the Titans, Patrick Corbin for Washington. Now, Corbs is just 7-11 on the year with an ERA in the 5s. These Nats pitchers have consistently struggled on the road this year. They're in the bottom 3 in the league in hits allowed while traveling. Of course, they're facing Aaron Nola here today, who's got a lot of punch-outs this year. The righty's got 147 strikeouts on the season, along with a 1.14 whip. When it comes to offensive production, the Phils are a top 5 hit-producing lineup in the National League at home. Actually, not at home, just in general. They're a top 5 hit-producing lineup in the National League in general. Johan Rojas, he continues to hit well for the Titans. Got a batting average of .327 through 20 ball games. Bryson Stott's hitting .302. As a team, the Phils have produced a lot of runs against Washington. They're averaging 7.2 runs a game in their last 10 meetings with the Nats. And no real shock here, guys. The over cashed in 70% of those ball games I just mentioned. Now, the Phillies also went 8-3 to the over in their last 11 Aaron Nola starts. Give me Philadelphia minus 1.5, over 9. Next matchup, Royals, Bo Sox, 7:10 Eastern first pitch. Boston's minus 250, totals 10.5. James Paxton for Boston, Austin Cox for Kansas City. And even though the lefty Cox has been more than serviceable, he's probably not going to get the run support he needs, because the Royals are averaging only 3.4 runs a game in their travels this year. And out of 59 total road games, the Royals got the W only 16 times. They're facing a Boston club who loves hitting at Fenway. These guys are averaging just about double-digit hits a game in front of their own fans. Masataka Yoshida is the club leader in hits. Rafi Devers is in the top 10 in homers and runs batted in. And even if the bats go cold here today for Boston, lefty James Paxton, he's been really good. He comes into today's start with an ERA in the threes along with a 1.15 whip. Now, Justin Turner is still questionable for Boston. Nick Prado's out for Kansas City. The Royals saw 4 out of their last 6 road games get over the total. They also went 60% to the over in their last 10 meetings with the Red Sox. So if you're into historical trends, plenty of overs to go around. Give me Boston -1.5, over 10.5 hook. And with that, folks, we're going to jump into our next and final matchup for the video. It's going to be in that Rockies-Dodgers game, 10:10 Eastern start time. The LA Dodgers are -350, totals 8.5. Clayton Kershaw for the Dodgers, Ty Blach for Colorado. The Blach's got an ERA close to 5, along with a 1.58 whip. The Rockies have also struggled to produce runs on the road. They're averaging only 3.8 runs a game when they bat first. They're taking on a 10-win Clayton Kershaw, who's got an ERA in the 2s, along with a 1.05 whip. The Dodgers are also the top run-producing team in the National League right now. Freddie Freeman's got the highest OPS average in the National League, batting average of .344. Meanwhile, Mookie Betts is in the top 5 in homers and OPS. Johnny DeLuca's out for Los Angeles. Brendan Rodgers questionable for Colorado. 4 out of the Rockies' last 6 on the road got over the number. Meanwhile, Los Angeles went 7-3 the over in their last 10. Give me the Dodgers -1.5, over 8.5 hook. And with that, folks, now it's time for our quick pick recap. Give me the Atlanta Braves -1.5, over 10. I like the over 9.5 in the Astros-Orioles game. I have no free pick for you in the Twins-Tigers game. I'm 4-0 in my last 4 daily best plays on my website. And if you want to access today's daily best play, it's only going to cost you just $1.99. The link is in my bio. Toronto Blue Jays -130, under 8.5. Tampa Bay Rays -175, over 9. Phillies -1.5, over 9. Red Sox -1.5, over 10.5 hook. With my next and final free pick, give me the Dodgers -1.5, over 8.5 runs. And with that, folks, that's going to do it for me. Got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. Well, that's it, folks. Happy Thursday to you. Best of luck to you. I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.